Okay,
Hola.
you're live now.
I think I'm on. Okay. This is a test. My son Michael has just gotten my Ubuntu. Ubuntu. I am part of the revolution now, thanks to my son. I'm back in action with my Ubuntu camera, an operating system, which means that from henceforth, Bill Gates, you're not going to get one friggin' dime from me. What do you think of that?
But as soon as, well, yeah.
You're going to have to get a real job now, Bill Gates. So, so we're strictly on Ubuntu, which is a Linux program, not to be confused with the what's that Chinaware? What's that?
Oh,
Linux? Is that Linux? Linux.
Chinaware.
Yeah, there's a Chinaware. It's called Linux. You got. I think
China.
it's like a China. It's like a form of
A form of like porcelain.
porcelain.
Oh.
It's similar in sound,
Oh. Okay.
but that's not what we're working on.
Okay. No. No.
We're working on something totally different here. So I'm very excited that I am back on Ubuntu. I feel like I'm part of the cutting edge.
Yep.
Joe DuPont show.
I feel like I'm one of these people liberating Libya from Gaddafi now, because I am free. I am totally free on this. Want to get back to the what I was talking about last night about Channel 13 and NPR and all that sort of stuff, and they're all trying to give us a guilt complex as to the government taking funding away, and that they're gonna society is almost ending right now as a result of NPR not getting funding. Well, they had a bunch of scam people come and talk to some of the chief people on NPR, and you can watch that on YouTube, about how NPR was saying, well, they really don't need this money. They could probably live without it, and they'd prefer the government money, because they could probably survive without it. Then they'd have more freedom to do what they want to do, and it amounts to about 10% of their revenues come from the government money. Now, NPR is not saying a damn thing about the fact that Chairman Obama, essentially wants to eliminate tax deductions for people to give to organizations such as anybody, whether it's NPR or whether it's the I don't know, CARE, Feed the Hungry, whatever it is, UNICEF, whatever. They Government doesn't want to give people a tax break to do that. The government wants to have total control of what is supported and what is not supported. They don't want to have individuals voting to use their dollars towards some sort of what they consider worthwhile. The government wants total control as to where these dollars go, so they're taking away the tax incentive for people to give, because they figure if they take away the tax incentive, people will give less money to these organizations, and that there'll be more tax money for them to give to who they want, like Acorn or whatever, whoever happens to be in power, or whatever the agenda is on that. So that's where we are on the conflict of NPR not using any airtime to talk about the 90% of their income, which is from donations, and that a lot of people are not going to give to NPR if Obama is successful in eliminating the tax deduction. So I guess the situation is that there's a hypocrisy with NPR, worrying about, quote, the right wing taking away the Big Bird from little kids. And if Big Bird is that important, then they can eliminate something else. Most corporations, unless they've already pared down, and NPR is not somebody who's actually taken any steps to trim costs, because they have countless executives of different stations getting $400,000 a year, which is twice as much as, say, a congressman gets. And they're in the spirit of giving. They want you to give your money. They want everybody to dig down really deep so they can still have their plush $400,000 a year jobs. So I don't see any sign of the people who are asking you to donate making any concessions themselves. And so This whole NPR thing is something that is very interesting, and I'm not moved by their appeals to have the government not scrutinize what they're doing in terms of their funding. We are in hard times, and everybody is going to have to pull back a little. We're talking about rampant increases in inflation, which means that the dollars that you're already taxed on are going to be more and more worthless. The price of food is skyrocketing, and it's going to continue to skyrocket. Some of his energy costs, but it's just the fact that they've printed so much money that it's just not worth anything. It's becoming, and it hasn't totally hit yet. They've been basically backing it up through artificial means, but the bottom line is that gold is like at $1,400, and it was down at around $800-900 just a little, a few months ago. So that kind of tells you where the confidence level is on the gold or on the dollar, and the fact that right now the U.S. dollar is an international currency, and it won't be for long. So when that happens, you better watch out. You better not cry. And Santa Claus is not going to be too charitable to you this Christmas. Anyhow, that's my rant for today. It's April 2nd, 2011. And remember, eat your green vegetables. Get your vitamin K.